How vitamins changed my life. I just finished polishing Mandy's toenails, making sure to keep the toes separated with cotton and allowed to dry before putting on a second coat. They were a work of art in bright pink. I made sure the cuticles were pushed back so the polish laid perfect on the nail without an ugly edge on the nail. Of course mine were also the same shade as hers and were done earlier in the afternoon. My fingernails were also perfectly manicured in the same color varnish with 1/2 inch curves extending out from each finger. I was so proud of how good my hands and toes looked with perfect a manicure and pedicure. My fingers seemed thinner and very delicate with a perfect manicure. Mandy commented on how good they looked and what a good job I did as I blushed in recognition of my expertise in personal grooming. I was always expected to wear rubber gloves when I did housework so that my hands would remain soft and supple and that my polish never chipped or wore away. I was expected to change the color every other day too, making sure I cared for my hands and feet as if they were something special. I even wore special gloves and socks with rubber linings when I went to bed, making sure I moisturized my hands and feet with proper lotions and creams before retiring for the night. Mandy's fetish for smooth hands and feet became my obsession also. Not only was I supposed to take care of my hands and feet, but my entire body, except for my long blonde hair, was to be hair-free and moisturized each day, except for my Brazilian, so I was smooth as a baby's skin. I spent an hour each morning after showering with flowery lotions while taking extra care of my smooth face and neck. The laser hair removal made it easy for me to keep hairless and not have to shave at all. It used to be such a pain shaving every morning, but now I can spend the time making sure I cater to my body. That seems to be my whole goal in life right now, to be the most beautiful creature I can be. Mandy offers her time for charities now to keep herself busy during the day. We are financially secure with our investments, early stock buyout and Mandy's unbelievable buyout and bonus offer from the healthcare system she worked at for 8 years. We will never have to work again. Besides that, we share our home with 2 others and bills are no problem. I simply take care of the house and make sure I am the best housewife and maid I can be. Oh, did I forget to tell you I'm Mandy's husband? Or well, I used to be. My name was Victor Cummings. Now I'm known as Vicky, Victoria to my closest friends and lover. I now possess a beautiful 42D set of perky beauties with very nice sensitive nipples and large areolas. The procedures performed to my body, remove fat and mold my body, has given me a 42-24-38 shape without a corset. Of course I did go through corset training and still like to wear one to make my lovely cleavage really stand out. My boyfriend, fiancé, wants me to make sure the investment he made in the new me is well taken care of and kept fit and trim for him to use at any time. I don't have any male plumbing anymore, only a wonderful new pussy. Everything was removed as a result of my stupidity. How in the world did I ever get to this stage in my life? It's really quite simple. Sit back and enjoy as I tell you my tale. As Victor Cummings, Senior VP of Sales for a small metalworking company, I was on top of the world. Standing 5 feet 9 inches and 180 pounds, I was a formidable component in basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, well, just name it. I was very competitive and fast. I had risen to VP level in just 8 short years and was well respected among my peers. Mandy and I met in college and fell in love. Mandy is 5 feet 8 inches and 140 pounds with a beautiful figure. She is really a knockout too. Soon after graduating we married and moved to Chicago for my new company. I started in sales and was very successful in my job. The financial rewards were great and we moved to the suburbs into a very nice house. Mandy couldn't have children and I never pushed the subject with her. Mandy was an only child and I have a 2-year younger married sister living in Hawaii. Both our parents had died early and Mandy and I were on our own. Our life was really perfect with no responsibilities other than to each other. Mandy found a job in healthcare and she also was very successful, extremely successful in a short period of time. We commuted every day for an hour but really didn't mind the trip by train back into the city. It gave us time to talk every day to and from work. We became best friends, not just lovers or husband and wife. We could tell each other anything that was on our minds without worrying about how each other would feel. No subject was off limits, and I would talk with her about women's fashions, the latest hairdos and so on, and she would talk about the golf matches and loved football season. She was a true Bears fan and I a true Cubby fan. As I said, we were best friends. The company I worked for was going through some hard financial times. We were trying to compete against the big boys in the industry, and there was always pressure to increase sales. We were also primed for a takeover. Well, guess what? A Japanese company did have their eye on us, and our investors were courted heavily, finally accepting a buyout offer, making them very rich. I too was financially rewarded from the stock price and options from the buyout. The bad news was that the new company would integrate into the existing company, making many of us redundant. No one knew for sure who would stay or who would be let loose. The problem was the industry was not healthy and jobs were scarce. This was a scary time for all of us. D-Day hit and the entire management level was fired. Here I was 30-something and no job. Mandy told me not to worry and that we could survive on her salary alone. My pride didn't allow that though, and I felt like I betrayed her. We didn't travel together to work and our talks were non-existent. I tried looking for work but wouldn't take a job for less than a third of what I made with my old company. This went on for 5 months as I slipped into a deep depression. I would sleep into 10 a.m., clean up the bedroom and sit and watch TV most of the day. I would take care of the lawn and other basic chores but didn't really have the heart to do anything extra. My weight dropped and I became soft and weak, not the trim, fit body I had when I was working and being active in sports. I withdrew from all my sporting activities including golf and became a major couch potato. Mandy would try and get me to do things and get more active, but I felt like a loser and every day without a job proved it. One day I woke up early just after Mandy had left for the city and told myself that was it. If I had to stay at home, I would make it the best home anyone could imagine. It was like an epiphany. I started cleaning myself up, cleaning each room of the house, tended to the lawn, the flowers, and had dinner ready for Mandy when she came home. I felt like I was finally contributing. During my renewal I ordered some vitamins from a TV commercial. They promised revitalization of muscles, greater energy, better stamina, a feeling of wellness, and they were all natural from the rainforests in Africa. The company pushing the vitamins was South African and boasted testimonial after testimonial of how good they worked and the successes using the products. Not knowing anything about the drug industry and the typical compounds in the drugs, I trusted their sales pitch and testimonials. As part of the new me, I ordered a year's supply and soon was taking almost 10 pills of various colors and sizes each day. They really did make a difference in my energy, focus and health in a short period of time. My weight still dropped though, and my muscle mass seemed to stabilize even though I was doing more exercises. Oh well, at least I wasn't getting fat. My stamina increased and I felt very healthy from the supplements. Mandy was really proud of me and commented on how good I looked and how happy she was that I was the old me. My work at home became my life and I didn't have any urge to get back into looking for work or playing sports. I even loved working with the flowers, manicuring the lawn and gardens, making sure to have fresh flowers in the house and in our bedroom every day. My cooking skills improved and I was serving gourmet dishes every night. I enjoyed becoming the house husband. I even liked ironing. Yes, ironing. I could be exact in my creases and I strived to take every wrinkle out of a garment. After a few months the fall weather approached, forcing me to spend more time inside than out. I made sure the gardens were well tended for the winter. I was going to miss being outside, but Chicago winters are cold and everyone stays inside. My work clothes were getting grubby too and I started throwing them out, opting for loose shorts and tees in the summer and finally loose sweats and sweaters in the colder season. I would stay in these clothes every day and didn't try on any of my suits or dress clothes for over 6 months. Mandy came home from work one night and told me that we were invited to a cocktail party. I realized I hadn't been out to a party or even associated with my old friends since being let go. I agreed, and that night we looked over my clothes and suits to see what I would wear. I tried on a couple of my old suits, but with my losing weight, the waist was too big and the jacket just hung on me. Oddly enough though, my butt seemed tight in the pants. I tried tightening the belt, but the pants looked ridiculous with my waist much smaller and my ass sticking out. Mandy said we should go get some new clothes and planned on shopping the next day.